So I got hit by a deer. I mean hit, like it ran into me. That's where its shoulder hit. Its head hit the mirror, shoulder hit the door and pushed it all in. And it caught the back here. I don't know if you can see. Normally this line doesn't go down, so it pushed it in there, and there's a dent right there as well. So I've gotten a new door, and I'm in the midst of replacing it. I couldn't find any videos on YouTube that show an X5 door, but the whole door being removed. Sure, there's stuff about the door panel, but anyway, so bear with me here. I'm kind of learning as we go based on stuff I know about taking doors apart. So there's a screw in here, 2 screws in here, and 1 screw on the bottom, or sorry, 2 screws in the bottom down here. So you have to take off this piece, and that one's a delicate piece. So it's got little clips here, and it's got a slot here and a slot on the top that fit into these little tabs right here, and there's another one just under the doorknob. So to get it undone, you have to open this up, press that tab down, and then take a little pry bar and just stick it there to hold it. And then you stick another pry bar in on this side and gently push, because you don't want to scratch this, to pop this one out. And then once that's out, then you can pull it off the door handle. So just you can see this one, so you can push it in and get this part started, and then you've got to unclip that one at the top there, and then you can pop the 2 of them out and pull that out, and then you've got it's a longer screw than the rest of them that runs in through there. The rest of them are the same size. They're a little bit shorter, as you can see. And so the same kind of thing for the door panel. You can see the clips on it. They're pressure clips. And so I started right about here, lifting it up, and then just use the pry bars to pop everything out until I could get it out, and then remove those 2 screws, and they're Torx, small Torx. What size are they? Where's my, it's not written on my screwdriver what size it is. Anyways, it's that one. Fits quite nicely. So now, so you might, I don't know if you can see. Okay, so this is the bar that controls the notches in the door as it opens and closes. So I've undone that one, and it's Torx as well, and it was but a reverse Torx, so you need a socket, and it's a 12. And you just undo that and try and push it in. So we've got a nut here and a nut there, and the door just lifts off. I told this is supposed to just come off like that. These clips, pull it off. As you can see, it sits in like that. Hard to hold the door panel and the camera at the same time. Sorry guys. So you just pull this down, pops out of its slot, and then you turn it up and it's off. As for the speaker, there's a little tab in the side here, and you use a pick tool. You just push up and pull. Same, it's in here on the side. Push up. You can see it coming out. Pop that out. It's done. And then the other thing that's left is the bottom light. It's right here. Huge and important. Tape. Undo the tape, and the door panel's free. So there you go. Door panel's off. So the outside is there, you can see the on the outside, but the inside's not. So I'll have to take off that trim to get that. I'm not 100% sure how it comes out. Hey, so it looks like the wiring harnesses on the two cars are different, which is makes sense, right? So I'm gonna have to actually take the whole wiring harness and swap it into the other door. We'll have to take the mirror off. This is T30. See how the wires works. And push them inward while you're tugging on it, and undoes it. And then you got this mess. All that aluminum corroding. So we'll get that nicely cleaned up before we put that back on the replacement door, of course. So I'm going to start peeling off the sound deadening. As gently as I can, because I really don't want to damage it. I don't know if you can see this, but you see the rubber? Glue down. So we've got these guys get popped out. That we're going to put into the door. Okay, so the last wire was the wire for into the handle in the back there, but it has a little clip of its own, which is right here. So again, with my little pick tool, I picked into it and popped it out. So I'm going to leave that with the door and take this wiring harness out by popping that out. And that way I don't have to undo this piece here, and I'll just run this wiring harness into the new door. First I have to get in, and you see there's one clip left right there. We'll get that out, and then we can pass the wires through the hole. Pretty much done here. going to pop off the... Okay, we're all disconnected. The pieces are off. That's off. So it should just lift right up. And it does. Look at that. There it is there. I'm going to have to change the wiring harness over because it's not the right wiring harness, so I'll have to change that out. Which means taking that off, which is kind of a pain in the butt because of the black tar stuff they use on the edges of it. It sticks to everything. That's the original mirror from my door. This is the frame from my door. The inside door trim for the window. But yeah, we'll get that all back together shortly here. Yeah, there you go. So again, I'm going to take all of this off so I can undo the wiring harness and then put my wiring harness back into place. Well, I guess I should do a test, right? After I take this sucker off. Anyways, let's check things out. Putting this one in. All is good. I'm going to put the key. Done. Anyone else hot? Can't even see you guys. There we go. My old age catching up with me. Oh, I think we're missing something here, guys. I need to stop you for a second because it looks like I'm missing the wire. The door handle might need to be switched. Okay, so this is day 2. I had the door panel on and the window in and stuff like that, and I was trying to research how to get the trim off because this trim is dull and yucky and a bit of mold in it, even though I cleaned it up. And my trim is shiny, as you can see. Hi. So I went online and there was actually a guy, I think he's in Africa, who knew how to take this off. So I'll be switching that out. And then a friend of mine asked for the window actuator out of my door. So motivated with all that, I pulled out the window and the actuator and all the trim. You can see it on the ground there. There's the old window out of the truck. So I got that out of the truck. So everybody I saw online said that on these, there's supposed to be a screw that screws through the window and there's these tabs that break and stuff like that. Well, BMW fixed that. There is no screw there is no plastic tab that breaks on these. How they do it is, it's just a whole big clip. So all you do is pull on this, and you have to pull really hard, and you pop the window out. Really very simple, and it kind of sounds like it's breaking when you pop the window out of it, but it works. And yeah, so it's all apart. I'm gonna be able to put my trim on. I'm gonna be able to put my tinted window back in. Awesome, really kind of happy about this. So since I've got the window out, and I'll show you when I put the window back in, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this trim off now while the window's out. I'm gonna take the mirror out, stuff like that, so we'll go to that. Okay guys, so yeah, like I was saying, I'm gonna start by taking the trim off from the outside. This one is the inside one. It's rather easy to get off. And these pieces, they just clip in here like that. They're not really for this piece, they're for the door panel itself. So it just pops out. Oh, I got a bit of corrosion on there. Cleaned up. So it just comes right out of the plastic. I did clean it up, but it's still quite enough. Okay, so for this trim, this piece here, so I've got this little pry bar, and I just pry it up on the corner here. And the easiest way to do it is to remove the mirror. And this is the mirror foam. Pop that out of there for a minute while we pull this up. And so you just pull this sucker up, and it comes right off. So in between here, I'll clean up. And up here, there's a little piton right there, and you just pop that out. And you have to peel this rubber off first before you can get the trim. You have to peel this rubber off before you can get the trim piece off on the back here. And it, again, it just pulls off this way. I'm just gonna pop the little pin out. Once the pin's out, then you can pop this off and just peel it up all the way along. And then of course it'll come out at the end down here. You have to pop it up, and then they all push off. Be careful, you don't want to break it, of course, or bend it and put a kink in it. And so they all have the little holders on them. Oh, it does have two. Okay. And then you'll be the little window rubber sticking out. That it helps to hold in. Okay, so that's done. Yep. Okay, so I got that tinted window out of the other door. And you can see where the clips go. Hold it up a little higher. Clips. So it goes in like this. Yep.
What?
Yeah, you can put a new window in it. And just slide it down to the actuator. Put you in there. And then we're going to push down into the clip. There you go. That's it. It's all done. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, I can. Hold on a sec. And we'll check it out. Make sure Look at that.
Look down and up. Very cool. You should keep it up right now.
I think. Okay, so I've cleaned the trim of the door up. You can see all the where it's going to go. So I'll put you back up on the top here while I reinstall it. Apparently the squirrels are not happy today. Hey, Ada.
Hello. You took off the door?
Yeah.
Why? You took off the window too.
Yeah. Because my window's tinted, and the one that came on this car, this door, was not.
Oh.
So yeah.
Nice. Cool.
My nephew.
You cooking?
There we go. So that just pops back in.
Sweep. And then get ready.
You have to make sure that you get those clips in the right spot. All the way along. And just pop back into place. Okay. But first we're going to put on the mirror.
The mirror? Oh yeah, that mirror.
Yeah.
Put on the mirror.
Mirror phone. Must have. And rubber across the top. So just pop it out a little bit, so because there's a little bit of the rubber that goes inside that unit, and then pop it back in. Sorry, there were two vapor barriers there, so I was trying to get the best one. No, I went online to carparts.com and searched in my area for this model.
And they have links to collecting it?
Yeah, all over North America. So you put in the year, the model,
Like
the part, basically, yeah. So what it is, it's been around for years, and it's all the wreckers that are across Canada and North America. I'm not sure about Mexico. List parts on there, or at least the ones that will list parts on there. I found it out through Dom's Auto in Ontario. Car-parts.com. And yeah, so Laval, Quebec's got them on there. And okay, so we're just hooking up all the clips back together. So the two audio clips here that I showed you before, they clip back in. The light at the bottom of the door, the puddle light, I'm going to clip that back in, and then it's got a little clip here for the, okay, so that's for the switches for the master switch. You have, this is an optical that runs optical light that runs into this part of the panel there for the door. And this is the actuator for your door handle. You're watching where you're pointing this, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm pointing
so
at the actuator for the
at
door
my hand.
handle.
Okay. So there's your little door lock. So this one's really neat if you want to get closer. The way this one works
He
is
means me, not you guys.
it's a hoop that hooks on like that, and then you just pull it down. So disassembly is very easy as well. You just pull it down and unhook it. So that one's easy. Back up, and then we attach the optical. Just clips on quite easily. So these guys have to go back in these holes here. Line them up. Don't forget to put your lock button in this hole. Line these guys up, give them a good whack. And the same around here. Put that all back together. Okay, look at that. Awesome.
You know, you have a fan?
In your bedroom.
Keep cool? This has a fan. Blowing it. Especially when you're standing still.
Okay, now for the big test. Make sure everything works.
That's what's inside the door.
Tinted window back.